Hello, here's my vlog for April 15th. 10:12 in the morning. On Tuesday. I am like, oh God, I am like at the end of my goddamn rope physically. I felt so sick, and I feel so sick now. Like, I almost want to get like a blood test, but I got it before, like a couple months ago, and it said I had high potassium, so I took it again, but then it turned out regular. I didn't have high potassium, but yesterday I got an energy drink. I got a NOS. When I went into the store for food, I got like bananas and salsa and refried beans. And for some reason, I got a NOS too. And I think one of the reasons I've been feeling sick and getting sicker and sicker is because NOS, I mean from energy drinks, just the various energy drinks. I was smoking weed. I'm definitely done smoking weed. What day is it today? Okay, so a week ago today was actually the last time I smoked weed. I smoked weed, a bunch of these little plants, these tiny little buds from like 2-week-old plants, but I got high off of it from my closet, and then I went into the psychiatrist the next day to get diagnosed with autism, and my psychiatrist was like 100% convinced I was never going to quit weed on my own. I needed treatment, and I was like thinking to myself, like, yeah, you don't understand how freaking sick I actually am. Like, you look at me yawning. I can't even get through a sentence without yawning. So, yeah, I was going to exercise yesterday, but like yesterday I was like desperate to get caught up on stuff. I wanted to do my DVR and I didn't find that, so I called the DVR lady. Okay, and she sent me the I couldn't find like the online, so she sent me something that I can print out and just fill it out, just to get the 2 classes I need to take to teach kindergarten, and 1011 and 1031. I think I'll fill that up today, but yeah, but I also got up in the morning because I had a problem with the IRS, and I was gonna call them, and I called them at both of the numbers that I had, and there was no answer. You know, it was April 14th. There's no getting through to them. But I went into my bank and found out that I did pay my taxes that year, well, unlike what they said. And I filed them too, because I saw the proof from my whoever I filed them with. I think that was the year I did it with TurboTax, and so maybe TurboTax screwed it up. It didn't actually file it or something. So I need to call them and be like, yo, I paid. Maybe they don't realize that I paid $2,000, you know, and I was like on Medicaid, and so why are they charging me $3,000 more? Are they charging like $2,000 in interest or something? That's not fair. You know, if they're going to charge me that much in interest, why not tell me right away instead of wait 3 years? Because then I also found out that so I was just going to deal with that until I call them, like whenever I can get a hold of them. But then I found out that I owed $1,200 to my heating, electricity and heating, because it got the auto pay got turned off like a year and a half ago or something, and or a year ago or something, and I've been like, they just didn't tell me until yesterday. It was the first time I got an email saying that I didn't pay, so I was getting $5 late fees, so I had to pay that off. It took half of my late fees away, but so then I was realized I needed to get a roommate, and I went to somebody emailed me the other day and was like, so are there images of it? And I'm like, yeah. But then I went to the place, Boulder Creative Housing, where I was going to get roommates, and like all of my images were removed from it. So maybe they get removed after a certain amount of time. And I kind of needed to take new photos anyway because you know, my apartment looks different than when I took those photos. There's a lot more bikes, but also I wanted to take a bunch of, because it had like a maximum of 50 photos in a video. So I took a video, and then I took a bunch of photos of the building around here and the clubhouse and stuff. And I re-put the ad and rewrote it and put all the images and video. And then I joined all these other groups, though, on Facebook, and posted it on there, too. One of them didn't allow me to post, though, like the University of Colorado roommates. Maybe I'm too old or something. But then I also posted on the Rolfing site to try to get a roommate, because my mom got a roommate from the Rolfing site. So, and then I was going to do my dumbbell exercise yesterday, and I like had after I went to the store and got like the beans, I was going to have chips and salsa for like a snack. And I stretched for like a half hour to let the food kind of digest. And as I was watching Gladiator 2, bits of Gladiator 2. And then I was like, oh shit, I need to do the roommate stuff. So I decided against the exercise. Maybe I shouldn't have, and I did all the try to get a roommate. And yeah, and then it was like 10 o'clock. Because I added images, and then I added more images. And when you add more images, you know, and then I was like labeling all of the images, like describing them, you know, like you click on the image and saying what's in the background and stuff for all the different sites. And that was taking forever. So yeah, so it was like 10 o'clock at night. And then I got in bed and I kind of felt like I had insomnia. So I suddenly had the like bright idea to post to all the different like Facebook pages that I follow. I've been following more and more Facebook pages about history, because and I like copy the images of the history on all of them onto my computer, onto my phone, and all these cool like historical discoveries that they're doing. And yeah, and I wanted to, and a lot of them are like ancient history and stuff, and so I posted my Atlantis. I posted 4 images. I posted the Atlantis model that I built. Here, I'll even read what I write, because I had it. I pasted it onto my notes. So check it out. Do 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 do. So this is literally what I wrote. I said, does anyone else see the wall of Atlantis and the smaller circle the size of the big moat here in the Bahamas, or am I the only one with organic LiDAR? As you can see, the moats are too small to fit in the Richat structure, plus there is a building the exact same size, the Atlantean Temple of Poseidon, exactly in the middle of these circles. Here, da-da-da-da-da. This was captured before they depixelated the area in March 2024. And I'll show you the images that I was showing, because I saw that they were still on my computer. And are these them? Yeah, I saw, here, I'll try to find it. I saw they were still on my computer. I mean my phone, and so I created a favorites folder for it. Yeah, here it is. It's 4 images of my favorites, and so it's super easy to connect. So yeah, I used 4 of them. So there's that one. Okay, so you see the circle around the edge, and then the circle in the middle, and the smack dab in the middle of that middle circle is where the Temple of Poseidon is, like a building, and I can show you the screen capture of it. That's exactly 90 meters by 185 meters. You can see 2 of the 3 sides, but you can see how long it is. And then as far as the Richat structure, I was saying it's not the Richat structure, because as you can see, the moats of Atlantis are like way down in there in the middle of the Richat structure before the before like the circles even start. So like they're thinking that like all those circles are like what, some kind of like, they had all these concentric walls going around Atlantis. Who has like 50 concentric walls going around them? Nobody does that. They have one wall. Anyway, here's the other one next to the model that I built before I found it. And then this one. And then I did the zoom in. And you can see that this is all pre-depixelization. Like you can't see that anymore. All those dots and stuff. Now it's all depixelated. Yeah, so I was just curious what people said. And I was doing that until like 2:30 in the morning because there was like a lot of like, it was like 100 groups that I was following. Literally like 100 of them that I posted to. And then I tried to join, and then I was like, oh wait, are there groups of Atlantis? Because I was posting it to like mainstream sites. And then it turns out there's a whole bunch of groups of Atlantis, but the problem was I had already joined too many groups. They weren't letting me join any more groups. So I posted it all to the mainstream sites, but the Atlantean sites, so maybe they'll let me post. Maybe they give you like a 24 hours to post again, because that'd be interesting to see what the Atlantean people say, Atlanta sites. But yeah, and then I went to sleep and I fell asleep all right. And then I kind of slept in today, and it's like 10 now. What time is it? 10:24. Probably woke up at like 9:30, laid in bed for a half hour, and then I was up. Yeah, but I feel like absolute hell. Like, I mean, I'm critical with money, and especially if they're going to make me pay these taxes. I'm so goddamn it. I'm going to have to like refinance my HELOC loan, and I'm already 70,000 in. But I guess the interest rates are going down, so maybe it'd be a good idea. But god damn. I need, luckily I do have a summer job, for 2 months, thank God. And then, yeah, they're going to hook me up with the free classes over at, community college. Oh, but fucking hell, I got to stop spending money on getting all of these fantasy bills. It's insane. And get a roommate. Yeah, so, but you know, it may be a little bit more difficult to me to get a roommate now, because I was like, yeah, there's no room for your bike in my apartment, dude, because I like used up all the space. So if you're gonna have a bike, you're gonna have to like store it in your in the garage. I mean, in the closet. I'd recommend put it there. Yeah, unfortunately, or lock it in the basement. But you don't want to do that if your bike is nice. I have 4 bikes locked in the basement, but they're not nice. They're just a regular commuter, a recliner, an old mountain bike, and an old commuter road bike, all locked with the same lock. But I don't think people steal regular looking bikes anymore because there's just so many of them. But yeah, your nice bike will get stolen. The lock will get caught, even if it's inside of a garage. I found an actual lock cutter in my garage, like under like my roommate's bike or something, because somebody was trying to cut the lock to my roommate's bike in my garage. But I guess somebody walked in and the person freaked out and ran away without the lock. They lost their lock cutter. So I brought the bolt cutters to the cops, you know, with like toilet paper around my fingers to make sure I didn't get my fingerprints on it, see if they could fingerprint it. But yeah, anyway, yeah, and a lot of the groups that I became a member of, or that I was posting to, in fact, I guess to become a member of the group, they want you to post, so that's cool. So I posted it, and a lot of them, they're like, make sure that you're nice, like be nice, be respectful, like don't call people names. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, like this is like a archaeological, like, you know, ancient discoveries site. Like, what are you talking about? Like, be nice. Like, or what, are people like mean or something? But then like I commented on a site called LiDAR archaeology, something like that. And I was like, ooh, these guys will be interested because it's LiDAR. It's like visual LiDAR, organic LiDAR. And I got a couple of comments. People were like mean. I was like, oh shit, that's why they say. Somebody called me a lonely cunt. Only they spelled it C-N-U-T so they could get away with it. And then somebody else was like, two people were like, what are you smoking? And then somebody else said, I have some like magical beans to sell you or something. And it's like, okay. And and uh, and then somebody else commented, but on one of the other groups, uh, but they were like trying to sell something, so it had nothing to do with what I was saying. So, anyways, yeah, I want to get up and see if anybody commented. A bunch of people liked it. Even last night before I went to sleep, a bunch of people liked it, but I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any like comments though. Because that was the actual question I asked. I was like, is anybody? Damn it! No marketplace messages. Nobody wants to be my roommate. I'm so fucked. Yeah. So maybe I'll get up there on my computer. Because my question was, can anybody else see it? You know. Because the only person that I've seen who says that they've seen it, here I'll show it again, is my mom. But I don't know if she was saying it just to make me happy or if she meant it. You know what I mean? Because like mothers are, I was kind of like insisting but like here it is. Like, do you see it? Like I see it. The circle goes all the way around, and then there's even a circle in the middle. You see that? And then also there's the issue of the depixelization. Like the guy was more interested in calling me a cunt than addressing the fact that that this area got depixelated. It doesn't look like this anymore. In fact, I'll show you. I'll show you right now. So you see what we're looking at? The circle? You see all those little white dots down there? I don't know why that's doing that. Well, oh shit, because I have to do, oh god, because I have to show up. I was going to do work today. I have work today to help people do, oh god, I totally spaced it. Thank god that thing reminded me. These old people. So I desperately need exercise. But here, I'll show you what it looks like now. Doo-doo-doo. I mean, can we get... Oh, I should have asked that question. I should have been like, hey, what do you guys think about the depixelization? Do you notice that it's depixelized? That's what makes me feel like I'm like in the Matrix, like I'm actually the only person alive. Somebody actually called me a non-entity. It's like, what? Last night? Just in private, had nothing to do with the Facebook. So look. Look, nothing. Nothing. No dots. No circle. Just a 2025 thing. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. It's just a bunch of blah, blah. Blah. Blah, blah, blah. And, see, look, now that's what that looks like. A year ago, that's what it looked like. Or actually, it's more than a year ago. God damn it. A year and a half ago, I mean. Fucking hell. See? Yeah, somebody called me a non-entity. And I'm like, non-entity? Because that's actually like how I would describe people who would call me a cunt instead of answer my question. Some people did. Somebody actually did. They said, no, it's just you. So at least somebody answered me seriously. But yeah, so check it out. Non-entity. And then blocked me. I was like, because I was saying stuff about Atlantis and complaining about not having money. But then I made an offhand joke. I was like, yeah, can I fuck your tits? Oh, but I don't have any testosterone either, because I was complaining I didn't have any money. Yeah, you can't say stuff like that on Instagram or Facebook, because they're like, I guess people are like, don't understand. Oh, but she was also like, I was like, yeah, I was like saying, this is kind of the reaction that everybody has, dude. This is the reaction pretty much everybody has whenever I mention this. I go, I was actually talking about money, that I was broke, but I was like, I go, do you want to play Hear Me Now, Quote Me Later? I found Atlantis. I'm going to single-handedly fix the world economy because of my idea. And they're like, I don't understand what you're talking about. It's like, huh, all right. And then I was like, so anyways, whatever. Sometimes I comment when people comment on me. But it's like people just say hi. It's the weirdest thing. I get so many comments. This is the exact comment messages I get all the time from people on Facebook. All the fucking time. So they go, hey. And then they go, where are you from? And then they ask me what my name is. I'm like, hey, how's it going? They're like, and I'm like, oh, hey. And I'm like, what's up? And then they go, what's your name? Or they go, where are you from? And it's like, but I say where I'm from and all of that and my name on my Facebook. So it's like, dang. Anyway. So I'm going to have as big of a breakfast as I can now. I'll go to the work with the old people, and then I'm going to come back and do my exercise, my dumbbell. From now on, I have to exercise every day. I mean, it's critical. I'd rather, you know, increase my loan, my HELOC loan, all the way to a maximum. And as long as I get exercise every day, it's freaking critical. I'm like just about to get sick. I feel so freaking bad. I should have done the exercise thing yesterday, but I just got desperate about getting a roommate, you know, because I was out of money, and I'm pretty much like organized enough to move out of here and back into my room. And but anyway, oh, Atlantis. Oh yeah, so that's my theme of Atlantis, because every day I say where Atlantis is, and yesterday was the very first time I actually got on sites, and there's more sites I can do it. I'm going to do it tonight too. Well, I'm laying in bed, all the other sites. Maybe they'll let me join the Atlantis. All I want to do is see if, I mean, I'd like people to answer my question if they see it. One person on the LiDAR question said it, that they didn't see it, which is interesting. Because I showed like a friend of my mom, and he didn't see it. And I honestly don't remember a single other person other than my mom who said she saw it, but I think she was just saying she was seeing a part of the line, but maybe not the whole thing. So yeah, so if I turn out to be the only person in the world who sees it, or nobody answers me or cares that it's like depixelated, like that'll be kind of like a wake-up call for me, that people are a little bit more behind than I thought or hoped. But anyway, I need to get going so I don't show up late there and have my big breakfast. So I will talk to you later.